I got another package, Steve. I got another package. There's another Anbernic handheld. Can you believe it? There's another Anbernic handheld. I mean, it's only been a couple weeks. So yes, I got another package, which is exciting, but Anbernic just keeps churning them out. It's exciting, yet kind of overwhelming, especially if you're a new user. So stick around. I'm going to review the Anbernic RG40xxV. The V is for vertical, as you can see. Seems like a pretty decent device, but again, there's 1.5 million of these, so we'll check it out. Let's take a look at the Lit NXT website. Full disclaimer, Lit NXT sent this device over to me for review. All opinions are my own and no money was exchanged, and they didn't see this video beforehand. So the 40V comes in 3 colors, the white, blue, and transparent black. They have it listed at $85.99 for the base 64 gig card, and you can get larger cards. And it's also worth mentioning that if you use my code RFT10, you can get 10% off your order, which also comes with free global shipping. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Lit NXT. So here are the stats. This is practically identical to the 40H and running on the H700 processor. The big callouts are the 4-inch screen, and you should get 6 hours of battery life, and it does support C2C charging, which I have tested and confirmed. Alright, so unboxing this. This is your typical Anbernic box, and there isn't a whole lot in here. When I say there's not a whole lot in here, like this is it. Manual, and here is a USB-A to USB-C cord. Ta-da! Not exciting. Device. Ding. So it's really blue, kind of like that one. That's its sibling. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, I mean, this is nice. There is a matte finish to this plastic. It's not glossy. Probably going to be a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, you know, but maybe not too bad. Not. The buttons feel really nice. There is a glossiness to the buttons, if you can see on the top, and they don't press down. They don't go flush with the shell. So there's a little bit of giveaway. Definitely rubber membrane connections right behind that. And the D-pad is your typical awesome Anbernic D-pad, but it just, I don't know, it looks really nice. This feels really good. I really like the H, so I've been actually playing the H, this guy, a little bit more, and really enjoying it. Now these feel, nope, those are also rubber membrane. But I did notice if you, you know, don't do this, but I did, I noticed this. If you happen to push it a little strange, the start and select go into the case, so don't do that. Just you know, unpress it and it's fine. Front facing speaker, which is awesome. One thing that the H does not have, they have downward firing speakers, so this is really cool. The sound hopefully should be pretty loud. And on the bottom we have one USB-C port, charging port, and our headset jack. There is nothing on the back. Shoulder buttons. Oh, those are nice and thunky. Oh, and something. Let's do a shake test. Do you hear it? Yeah, exactly. You don't hear anything. Oh my gosh, there's nothing to hear. This is amazing. Wow. We have a silent Anbernic device? What is going on? That's amazing. Got the shoulder buttons. I got really excited there. Got the shoulder buttons. Those are a little loud, but I mean more of a thunky loud, I suppose, instead of like clicky loud. Personal preference, but I don't think it's going to be a huge issue just because I don't plan on playing a whole lot of games I'd probably use these as more function buttons, maybe as like save states and stuff like that. So on the side we have, I already put the TF2 card in here, and there is a reset button and a power button right up here. On the left side we have the TF1 card, or the SD1 card, which is the OS card, operating system card, and then we got a volume button right here, so you can see. And the profile of this, I mean, it's not terribly thick. That's pretty cool. I feel like the so I'll do a size comparison here. This is the RGB, the Powkiddy RGB20SX, and you can see, I mean, obviously that's the screen on the Powkiddy is a 1x1. It's huge. You can see the big thing is these jut out. That's what I wanted to show. These shoulder buttons are just huge. Kind of makes where you don't want to really play the... Yeah, the shoulder buttons are just gigantic. Where I feel like the Anbernics are not going to be, they don't look that big. It's pretty much identical as far as the screen goes. Although I do see, I almost feel like that screen looks a little bit bigger on the Anbernic. I don't have a ruler at the moment that I can measure this, but there's like an inner bezel right here, a little lip that I feel like it's taking away from the screen. That's a tiny nitpick from me that I don't like that. I wish that the screen went all the way to the edge. The blue on this, it's the same device. It's supposed to be almost the same device. And the blue on this, it's a little more blue on the H, where this one's a little bit more purpley. So I don't know if that makes a difference to anybody, but I thought I would definitely point that out. On the top, as we're still looking at the device, I forgot to tell you about the top. We have a couple LED lights, indicator lights, probably for power, and then we have a mini HDMI out. Also, there's a thumbstick, one singular, lonesome, all by itself, sad little thumbstick. Poor thumbstick. Okay, maybe it's not that sad, but it's a little sad because it's just a Nintendo Switch style joystick. I mean, it does have RGB lighting around it, so that's cool. The super sad thing for the single lonesome joystick is that it snaps to the cardinal directions. So it's going to give you a little trouble if you're trying to play some joystick games. Anyone watching this and you're thinking, hey, cool, I can use this for N64. You might want to hold off. I mean, you probably can, but the button combination and just with one joystick, it's not going to be the greatest. I personally don't see myself using the joystick all that much. I generally stick to 8-bit and 16-bit games on most of these lower end budget devices. I'll probably use it for some arcade games. That's generally what I end up using the joystick for. Since no one will ever bring out a rollerball for Centipede Arcade, I just kind of use the joystick on it. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I know, everybody's probably slamming the comments. Don't do that. Why would you bring out a rollerball? BlackBerry did it, right? Okay, and here we are greeted with the same ugly interface. I know Anbernic has done quite a bit to fix it, and this seems to be their thing, but it just kind of looks a little old and clunky. That's just my thought. You know what everything is, but here is it in case anybody's watching this that isn't familiar with the Anbernic. So the game rooms, I wouldn't use the game rooms if you can help it, because these aren't really set up that great. What you want to do is actually use the second one. Use the RetroArch one, and you can go in. I guess we're going to have to select the storage card. You want to select the second one. And here you can see we have all of the emulators, all of your systems all set up. But backing out, you can go into the apps. A couple different things. You can throw some music on here, make it like a Walkman or an MP3 player. Videos, ebooks. I mean, whatever's your jam. Apps. You definitely want to take a look at apps. And I think it's under, yep, it's under the first card, because that's the OS card. So here is where you're going to customize any of your settings. You wanted to turn off the bezels. if you wanted to turn on night mode or turn any of these on or off. One thing I do want to show is the quick shutdown set. I actually turned this on, which it's already enabled. So we're going to enable it, and we see quick shutdown is enabled. And what happens when we touch the lock button, it's going to shut down. So that is what we've done. All right, once we are out of here and I just do one tap, the device just turns off. Magic. Awesome. Oh, I love when they put the border on for Pico 8. That's always fun. The bezels. You can turn those off, but I like to think that they're a little bit cute. And for anyone that loves Celeste, you should definitely check out the podcast from Retro Handhelds from last week, because everybody on there did a Celeste off. They were trying to play Celeste. It's a good thing that I didn't play, because I would have been terrible, as you can see. But they had Russ from Retro Game Core and Rob, the Retro Tech Dad, and Stubbs and Ban and everybody. I'm not going to tell you who won, but everybody tried to get the best levels. So apparently I need to get my Pico 8 Celeste game up. Okay. I need to know in the comments below if you have ever seen or played this ridiculous game. I remember renting this from a video store when I was a kid, and it was just so ridiculous. I feel like you need to be on drugs to actually play this, because there's bears, teddy bears chasing you. There's a Cheshire cat, but it's not Alice in Wonderland. We're not really sure what's going on. You have to collect letters. You have to spell. So, and he just jumps around. And then he screams. He screams a lot when he dies. Was anyone the kid that wanted to go backwards on any of the race car courses? Did you do that? Were you that person? I liked to do that when I was a kid. Just a little bit. Just to mess around with any of my friends that I was playing with. They didn't like that. I don't have any friends now. All right, if you can hear the speaker, I'm going to turn it all the way up. It's all the way up. That's pretty loud. Okay, that was cool. I just powered it off accidentally and powered it back on, and it went right back into Wave Race. If you have the quick shut off set, it should go back into the game. And that was something that I was going to test. So you're going to have to use, like I said, the thumbstick. And I suck. I don't know where the dolphin is, but just showing you. Oh, there it is. Nope. Dolphin's making fun of me. All right, finally, let's do PSP. Don't get this device for God of War, Chains of Olympus, or any of the high-end PSP stuff. I've said this before, but these are kind of bonus games. You can see how it's just kind of skipping and stuttering. It probably has a frame skip on. So, like I said earlier, I mean, I'm torn on this one. This is the part where I was going to go down a whole rabbit hole of, you know, the weekly annoyance of Anbernic handhelds. But, I mean, I kind of actually like the device. The D-pad and the buttons, they kind of feel, I don't want to say premium by any means, but they're more upscale. This device, honestly, this is what I wanted the 35XX line to be. There's a bajillion of those devices, 3, 4 of them. It was rattly, you know, it didn't seem up to par, where that's where and again, you're going to blow up the comments, but I prefer the Miyoo Mini Plus just because the build quality seems just a little bit higher as far as the hardware goes, the buttons and everything. So Anbernic is usually known for their D-pads. They're really nice, but I feel like they went just a little bit, just a little bit better with this one. But yeah, as far as, you know, for you new users out there, this is a nice handheld. It really is. It's got a front-facing speaker. The buttons are really nice. They're glossy. Here's the big thing. And if you've watched any of my other videos on any of the Anbernic devices, they rattle. And I usually have a gigantic problem. I mean, here's the 35XXH, and it rattles. The shoulder buttons are very loose. Here is the Maraca that I have nicknamed. It's terrible. No. This is just, why? Why is it so loud? I don't like this device. You could watch Beetlejuice 1 and at the end of it, just, you know, shake, shake, shake this to Harry Belafonte. But anyway, I digress. There's no rattle with this one. There's no rattle with the V. There's no rattle with the V. There's also no rattle with the H. So, Anbernic, whatever you're doing with your new line, good job. Keep doing that. Now, if we can only get you to stop using Switch-style sticks, which I have heard the 406V that is already out, because, of course, this isn't the newest device out. There's another Anbernic. You know, I just got this, and it took its time getting here, so there's already another one out. But anyway, the cool thing is with the 406V is they stopped using the Switch style stick, and it shouldn't snap to cardinal directions. So anyway, once I get that device, I'll definitely test that out and show you guys, and it's exciting. This is not bad. It's not bad for a budget handheld. I think that this line is pretty cool. Now, do you need this if you have the 35XX devices? Any of them, really? Probably not. I mean, that's probably up to you and your wallet. So unless you're a maniac, you know, and you know who you are, so it's okay. I'm not pointing fingers. I am pointing fingers. But, you know, anyway, if you already have this in your mailbox, let's be honest, or it's already on its way if you are any of, you know, the crazy people that need all of the devices. But for anybody else, I mean, if you don't have one, this is a pretty good entry point. This is. It feels really nice. It's almost on the verge of maybe, dare I say, premium, but I wouldn't say, I would say upscaled from the 35XX line, not premium. The comments are going to blow up. This is a good device. Both the H and the V are good devices, so I would definitely check one of them out if you don't have one. Anyway, those are my thoughts, not yours. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome, everyone, and go play some games.